Thank you for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak. I'm Akanksha Swaroop. Aam Aadmi Party's national convener, Arvind Kejriwal, has finally ended the suspense over his successor today. This by naming 43-year-old Atishi as the new Delhi Chief Minister. Atishi, who currently serves as Delhi's Education and Public Works Minister, has expressed her commitment to leading the capital. With Kejriwal stepping down, the Aam Aadmi Party has now staked a claim for government formation under Atishi's leadership. With her elevation to the top post, Atishi will be the third woman Chief Minister of the Union Territory after Sushma Swaraj and Sheila Dikshit. As a staunch loyalist of Mr. Kejriwal, she mounted a spirited defense against accusations of assault by Aam Aadmi Party MP Swati Maliwal. She has maintained Mr. Kejriwal's innocence after his arrest in the liquor policy case, even aided Kejriwal's wife, Sunita Kejriwal, in the opposition's coalition for the Lok Sabha polls on behalf of Aam Aadmi Party. The Supreme Court's restrictions on Kejriwal meant he will not attend his office or even sign files in his official capacity, rendering him a lame duck chief minister. This uncertainty and lack of governance structure could have prompted the centre to intervene. The Aam Aadmi Party has already had multiple run-ins with the Lieutenant Governor. And so Kejriwal has claimed that numerous amendments by the centre have restricted the functioning of the AAP government. His resignation and subsequent nomination of Atishi will likely prevent the city from coming under President's rule. Moreover, for Aam Aadmi Party plagued by Swati Maliwal's saga, will Atishi prove to be a progressive choice, one that is aimed at blunting AAP's anti-woman image? That's one question we'll actually be looking into. But first up, let's also take a quick look at the reasons why Arvind Kejriwal picked Atishi. The first and foremost reason is that Atishi has been a symbol of Kejriwal's trust, and hence her importance has been growing within the Aam Aadmi Party. The second reason is that Atishi has been a frontline spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party. She has vigorously defended party politics in media briefings while also lashing out at the BJP. Thirdly, Atishi has transformed Delhi government schools as advisor to Manish Sisodia. Fourthly, Atishi has grassroots experience. She has an understanding of social issues. The fifth equally important point is that Aam Aadmi Party has carefully picked Atishi as she seems to be a suitable woman face to blunt the impact that the party had to bear due to Swati Maliwal's assault case. Aam Aadmi Party is trying to portray itself as a progressive face and pushing Atishi as its lead to roll out new schemes. And so, on Atishi being the chief ministerial elect, as far as Atishi being nominated as New Delhi's chief minister is concerned, the question that we are posing, is she going to be a puppet chief minister or a progressive choice for Aam Aadmi Party? That's a question we'll be deep diving into in just a bit.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ, जिन्होंने मुझे इतनी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी दी और इस जिम्मेदारी के लिए मुझ पर भरोसा किया। दिल्ली का एक ही मुख्यमंत्री है और उस मुख्यमंत्री का नाम अरविंद केजरीवाल है।
केंद्र सरकार ने, पूरी भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने एजेंसियों का दुरुपयोग करके आम आदमी पार्टी को तोड़ा गया।
चेहरा बदल गया है, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी का करैक्टर जो है, भ्रष्टाचारी करैक्टर, वो वहीं का वहीं है और दिल्ली की जनता उस भ्रष्टाचार का हिसाब है।
Joining me on Plain Speak today is Mr. Harish Khurana, who's the spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Anmol Panwar, who's a spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party, senior journalist Mr. Javed Ansari. I'm also told that I'll be joined in by Mr. Paramveer Singh, who's a political commentator, but in a minute. In fact, if I could begin with you, Anmol, from Swati Maliwal to the BJP, they've all branded the kin, basically the parents of Atishi, as being anti-national. They're saying that this is a grave security threat to the country, considering she will be the chief minister of the national capital. How do you react?
Akansha ji, we all know the anti-women mindset of Bharatiya Janata Party. Atishi ji has been a remarkable force in the field of education and made significant strides and delivered outstanding results while she was the advisor to Mr. Manish Sisodia and also in capacity of the Education Minister of Delhi. And she handled all the important portfolios while Mr. Arvind Kejriwal was falsely implicated and sent behind bars by the Bharatiya Janata Party and its caged parrots, ED and CBI. So the BJP is rattled today. Atishi ji, under the guidance of and leadership of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, will prove to be extraordinary chief minister in the times to come. And our primary focus is that, along with the people of Delhi who love Arvind Kejriwal model of governance, in the coming months, we will work hard and again make Arvind Kejriwal ji the chief minister of Delhi. The people today are outraged because the way Bharatiya Janata Party leveled false allegations against him, there was no evidence. He got relief from Supreme Court and trial courts, and there was no pressure on him. But the kind of pain he has endured because the BJP questioned his honesty, his integrity, and that is the reason why he resigned. And the People's Court will soon give a verdict in his favor, and he'll again be made the chief minister of Delhi.
Anmol Panwar, you've answered everything about the Aam Aadmi Party, but you've not really addressed the kind of charges which have been hurled by the BJP and Swati Maliwal today, that of Tripti Wahi and Vijay Singh, the parents of Atishi, being supporters of Afzal Guru, or even Asar Gilani, or even condemning the judiciary when Afzal Guru was sentenced to death. What about all those charges?
Swati Maliwal
I'm talking about allegations that the parents of Atishi are anti-national. What explains the support to Afzal Guru? What explains the support to Sar Gilani? What explains condemning the judiciary? What explains support to the Maoists?
See, Akansha ji, Atishi ji, as education advisor to Mr. Sisodia, has made world-class schools for the poor people because of our honest governance, and that is what BJP don't like. Atishi ji ensured that the results of government schools are at an all-time high in comparison to the results of at the national level, and this is what troubles the Bharatiya Janata Party. And as far as Swati Maliwal is concerned, she's playing in the hands of BJP. She's a Rajya Sabha member from Aam Aadmi Party, but since long we have been saying that she's speaking the language of BJP. She reads out the scripts of Bharatiya Janata Party.
All right, Harish Khurana, I'd like to bring you in quickly now. Going by what Anmol is saying, clearly there's a threat perception towards Atishi, and which is perhaps what's leading to this kind of attack that's been launched by the Bharatiya Janata Party against Atishi, especially bringing her parents into the picture now.
Akansha, today we have seen that a dummy chief minister has been appointed by the Arvind Kejriwal. When I say a dummy CM, Arvind Kejriwal's own party is saying that she's a stopgap arrangement, and it's a Bharat Khadaun type of thing. What Saurabh Bhardwaj was claiming it. So we called it a dummy CM. We should understand what was the need of appointing a dummy CM. See, since they are talking about the makeover of Arvind Kejriwal, that he's an honest man. Where was the honesty 6 months before when he was arrested? In the history now of India, he's the only chief minister who has not resigned while going in a jail. He has ruled Delhi for 6 months while in a jail. He's the only CM in India. Mind it. So now the requirement of makeover is been required because of the two reasons. One, when the hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
The reason is because Supreme Court has clearly said Arvind Kejriwal will not go able to go to Secretariat. Point number one, and he will not sign any document any document as a CM. So people of Delhi is asking a question. Then what is the need of this kind of CM? He should resign. So that's the reason he has resigned. Honesty hai, isliye he is resigning. That's people of Delhi, where were you 6 months before? BJP is objecting the choice of Atishi for the reason is only one reason, that the parents of Atishi has signed a mercy petition of saving Afzal Guru. We have a strong objection on that. Arvind Kejriwal has a full right to appoint anybody, but he has found nobody else except Atishi.
All right, Anmol Pawar, I'll quickly give you 30 seconds.
Whose parents have signed a mercy petition?
I'll give you 30 seconds to come up with a counter to that, not to keep, not to forget the fact that many are raising questions in terms of what are Atishi's credentials. When she's had a host of portfolios like water, finance, education, PWD, and yet civic issues in the national capital continue to remain.
Akanksha ji, the fact is that none of the allegations have been proved. There was no bar on Mr. Arvind Kejriwal to operate as the chief minister. The reason why he resigned was because his impeachable integrity was questioned, and it is now the court of public opinion which will give a verdict. Although he has a verdict from the Supreme Court in his favor, and the fact remains that all these baseless allegations and the charges which were leveled against him, he did not resign 6 months back. He did not resign 6 months back because the formula which the BJP wanted to implement was that to level allegations against sitting chief minister, then put him behind bars, then topple his government, and then rule a place where people have already neglected them not once, not twice, but since last 25 years. And considering the development work which the Aam Aadmi Party has done under the leadership of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, they are certain that they will not be ruled Delhi in the next 25 years as well. That is why when he was under no pressure, and just to ensure that people also give a verdict in his favor.
All right.
Because in a democracy, people's court is the biggest
10
court.
seconds.
Okay,
10 seconds.
Okay, Harish Khurana, I need to quickly go over to Mr. Ansari as well.
Akanksha, nothing has changed since last 6 months. The only thing is that he came out. The corruption charges are still there. The CM is on bail right now. The point is, if you want to do a makeover of saying that we are the honest people, why they have resigned not 6 months back? The thing has changed.
Anmol,
point number one.
go ahead.
Point number two, Anmol is not giving an answer that her parents have signed. Her parents have signed a mercy petition. He's not saying anything.
That there's no evidence against him. Trial court, while granting bail in ED case, said that there's no evidence against him. The Honorable Supreme Court has granted him bail twice.
Nothing has written.
And even in
I
the CBI case.
Anmol,
Even in the CBI case. Do not interrupt.
I challenge you where it is. कहाँ लिखा है अनमोल? No.
Mr. Khurana, he's heard your point.
देश के सामने सुनिए पहले. Even in CBI case, Honorable Justice Bhuyan said that CBI and ED, they are working as caged parrots, and he has been framed and put behind bars so that the order which was passed in the ED case can be frustrated. And this is the reason why he was put behind bars. So he has come clean in 4 orders of the Honorable Supreme Court.
Harish
and in
Khurana,
a
take
case,
a rebuttal now.
it is at the very first instance.
I challenge Anmol that he has not been part of going to Secretariat. It is clearly written that
Not
Arvind
at all.
Kejriwal cannot
Not at
perform.
all.
I cannot. He
All
cannot
right, I
perform
think we
as
are veering away
as a
from
CM.
the topic of this debate, which is about Atishi and less about Arvind Kejriwal, considering he's already stepped down as the Chief Minister. Mr. Ansari, I'd like to bring you in because today the big attack that's come in from the BJP and Swati Maliwal is about her anti-national credentials. If the parents have made certain political choices, should they become Atishi's credentials as well?
Akansha, to my mind, this is an afterthought. She's been a minister for years. She's been in government for several years. We never heard, nobody spoke of her, of her parents, of what her parents did and what they didn't do. Nobody doubted her credentials then. Suddenly, now that she's become chief minister, people have woken up to the fact that her parents signed a mercy petition. The Honorable Supreme Court has already ruled that even if you, just because you possess some literature or you support an ideology, doesn't make you a terrorist or doesn't make you, if you're a sympathizer, it doesn't mean that you're a terrorist. Yet, we want to keep harping on that. And we at least as journalists should be very careful, you know, in branding people. So I don't think there is much merit. You know, we need to put this in perspective. Why is it that the BJP has woken up to it now? Why is it that her opponents are calling her names? She ticks all the boxes. As far as I'm concerned, she ticks all the boxes. She has administrative experience. She's highly educated. She's an alumni of the Oxford University. She's a Rhodes Scholar, and she has no charges against her. She's acquitted herself very well. The the schools run by Delhi government are there for everybody to see. And above all, she's a woman, and also it negates, you know, it undercuts the BJP, prevents the BJP. If assume for a moment that Mr. Kejriwal had appointed his wife, as was the speculation yesterday, and a lot of BJP spokespersons were already alluding to it. Imagine if he had appointed his wife. They would have all said this is dynasty, he would have been open to all kinds of allegations.
Fair
Today
enough. Good points made by Mr. Ansari.
That target away.
Paramveer,
So, to my mind, she ticks all the boxes. Now, it all depends on how she acquits herself in the 6 months that they have before Delhi goes to the elections. They have a hostile central government. They have a lieutenant governor who's throwing a spanner in the wheels at every given opportunity, and they no longer have Mr. Kejriwal in government. In the face of all these odds, she has to function. We need to see what she does and how she acquits herself in the job. People will judge her on what she does and does not do.
Paramveer Singh, I think going by what Mr. Ansari is saying, I think the first very valid question that comes to mind is that it's not the first time she's being given a plum position like that of the Chief Minister. She's already been part of the Delhi government and been associated with the party since 2019. Henceforth, why is the BJP coming up with the anti-national charge now? Why didn't they speak up earlier when she was the water minister? She's got a host of portfolios underneath her. Why didn't the BJP speak then? And not to forget that the remaining 6 months may just be 6 months, but extremely crucial, especially keeping the run-up to Delhi election in mind.
Kamsaji, BJP is not speaking just out of an iota. Atishi ji has been under the scanner of the BJP since long. Her association or her parents' association with the mercy petition of Afzal is not new to this, but things are that she has been appointed as the CM. So these things were, it is very obvious for any political person to his fast to come back in front when he or she is appointed to any important position. So that is a political game which has been played since years long. What right now is happening is Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal ji specifically is working on a well-crafted homework they have done long before. They were fully aware that when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal was dodging the ED summons, they were fully aware that a day will come when he has to surrender in the court and he has to face the music and he has to go to the jail. So all these things were as per my personal information, these things might been well crafted long ago.
Atishi was the perfect candidate for this condition and for this situation, being because there will be no the lobbying will not happen in as Atishi becomes the CM. There will be no lobbying in the Aam Aadmi Party. So there is a perfect situation here that Atishi will take all MLAs of the party along with her, and she will move. And moreover, it is also Kejriwal is in line with all those politicians who have wielded resignation with great effect as weapon to get rid out of the difficult situation.
Harish Khurana, going by the logic that is being presented by the BJP about Atishi's parents endorsing anti-national ideologies, by that logic, technically, if Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has been charged with sexual harassment, that makes Karan Bhushan Singh also a sexual predator. Why was he given a ticket for Kaisarganj?
See, we are only objecting on the moral grounds of Atishi that their parents have done an anti-national thing of applying a mercy petition for a Afzal Guru. That's my point is. We are putting this case in front of public only. Point is not this. We are talking about Arvind Kejriwal's dummy candidate. Today we are focusing who is Atishi. Atishi is just a dummy candidate of Arvind Kejriwal. Nothing will be changed.
All right, I see Mr. Ansari wants to make a point. Mr. Ansari.
Corruption is at the peak of Delhi.
Right, you've made that point. You've made that point. Mr. Ansari.
Look, if the BJP really believes that Atishi, Chief Minister designate Atishi is an anti-national, then why are they just stopping at leveling allegations? Why don't they prosecute her? Why don't they say this is a very serious charge? Why don't they initiate act?
No, Mr. Ansari,
why
don't put words in my mouth.
Why don't they?
Mr. Ansari,
why
Mr.
don't?
Ansari, what I said, I only said this thing that the fact is that the parents of Atishi have signed a mercy petition of Afzal Guru. That's it. The people have to decide whether she's an anti-national or whether parents are anti-national, yes or no. It's public has to decide. We have only put one point forward that their parents have signed a mercy petition. That's it. That's it.
Khurana ji, I knew your father very well, and he was a very dignified, very decent person. I'm sure you are also one. You unnecessarily interrupted me. Allow me to finish. The question that was framed for this debate was on the question of anti-national. If you all really believe if that is the case, then please prosecute her. That the Lieutenant Governor is your person. The central government is, your party is in power at the center. The Home Ministry should initiate proceedings with immediate effect. Why are you just leveling allegations?
All right, Anmol Banwar, I quickly want to bring you in.
And this comes from a party. You are the only party that had nominated a terror accused as member of parliament. A terror accused as member of parliament. Now you're accusing the other person, the other party of nominating an anti-national as chief minister.
Harish Khurana, I give you 30
People
seconds. I need to take a
at
question from Anmol.
Mr. Ansari, whatever you're saying will not change the fact is that the parents of Atishi has signed a mercy petition, yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Tell me yes or no. Has he signed or no? Please answer me that. That's a fact.
Assuming for arguments. No, I don't know. Okay.
You are a learned journalist and you don't know what the fact is. Please. At least we know that you are a learned journalist.
I am buying. Listen.
Yeah, Mr. Ansari.
I am buying what you're saying. I am accepting what you're saying that they signed. But I am accepting what you're saying. Your argument that they signed.
All right.
So does that make her? So because her parents signed a mercy petition, therefore she becomes anti-national. Really?
All right.
Is that
I think we'll have to just agree to disagree. Anmol Banwar, many are asking the question, why Atishi? It could have been a Sunita Kejriwal or it could have even been a Manish Sisodia. And in fact, by not keeping a Manish Sisodia, are you also scared of bringing in these tainted politicians to the chief ministerial position? Because Atishi had nothing to do with the anti-corruption movement, which, by the way, as you I'm sure will agree, was very pivotal in creating Aam Aadmi Party's image into what it was.
Akansha ji, Atishi ji have been at the forefront of Kaam Ki Rajniti. She did a fabulous job as far as education sector is concerned, and she wonderfully delivered, holding multiple portfolios over the period of last 1.5 year when she had been the minister. And although she may have stepped in temporarily before the elections, but under the guidance of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and his leadership, Delhi will continue with all the welfare schemes like free bijli, free pani, Behtar Shiksha
Well,
and
we've
Behtar
already
Swasth.
seen what has happened to Delhi so far with multiple portfolios under her, from education to PWD to finance, even water. And we've seen the kind of disaster that Delhi's gone through during these torrential rains. Do you think she'll be able to do justice to the position of Delhi's chief minister?
Certainly, Akansha ji, we also know that how LG put obstacles in the work of an elected government, the way he directs his officers to disrupt the work and not listen to the elected ministers of the cabinet. So we will certainly overcome all these atrocities and all these hurdles, which are time and again being put behind the last 10 years in
All
front
right,
of Mr.
Harish
Arvind
Khurana,
Kejriwal.
I think the fingers are now pointing towards you, considering
Akansha.
how LG continues to pose hurdles. Will again be, I'm sure it will continue to come up even as Atishi takes over as the chief minister.
Akansha, on one hand, they are saying they have done a lot of work for Delhi, and on the other hand, they are saying LG is obstructing it. So two things cannot go side by side. Point number one. Point number two,
See,
if she's so much capable, why the stopgap arrangement? Because Arvind Kejriwal and their whole party is saying it's just a stopgap arrangement. I mean, why, when we are saying it's a dummy chief minister, then you are yourself is saying that yes, she's a dummy chief minister. End of the day, Arvind Kejriwal will be working from the behind. Is it just a face? क्या जरूरत थी फिर फेस लाने की?
All right, I think I'll have to leave it at that. I'm sure Arvind Kejriwal's made a safe bet. We don't know how far this is going to go for the electoral prospects of the Aam Aadmi Party, where the Delhi especially is concerned. But we'll have to leave it at that.